Hello everybody. Today's video is all about our Return to Travel programme. Now the Return to Travel programme is ideally designed for anyone that's got about 4 years experience selling travel but hasn't been in the industry for a couple of years or longer. It's a model that we have launched in Australia just recently, but it's a proven model that we've launched about 18 months ago in the UK, and we've had a huge success from this. So we decided, why not launch in Australia? So today's video is all about the Return to Travel programme. We'll be interviewing a lady in the UK called Michelle. Michelle joined the programme back in October, and we'll find out a little bit more about her background and her experience and her journey so far. And then we'll be catching up with Catherine and Kerrin. Kerrin is one of the business development coaches in Australia, and she's the lady that's going to be leading the programme for the Return to Travel. So she's going to give us a really good insight into what's involved with the training and what to expect from the induction. But for now, we're going to cut to the interview with Michelle. Enjoy. Thanks so much for joining us. We really do appreciate this.
Oh, my pleasure.
So we've picked Michelle because Michelle's joined the Return to Travel programme in October last year, and we would think it would be great to get an insight from Michelle and her experience. But I suppose first of all, Michelle, tell us about your background. Where your background in travel and where you've come from?
Okay, so basically, so I started off from school and did a BTEC National in Travel and Tourism.
Yeah.
And then I went to work for Thompson and did some telesales and went to work for Co-op Travel and did a little bit of more travel. And then I did a big diversion into financial services for about 10 years.
Wow.
Had my children, went back to literally a part-time job. And saw them through their first few years of baby. And as soon as they started school, I realised that I wanted to go back and do something that I love. It was just that turning point of, right, okay, I've brought you up as far as your school, and I thought, right, I need to do something I love for myself. So yeah. I started to look around, and I thought the only option was a travel agent for me. And I just thought, having got where I'd got in my own career, I didn't just want to go back and be a travel agent and work for someone and have one product that I could sell and someone tell me the way to sell it and the way to be. Yeah. I wanted to run my own business the way I wanted to run it, but obviously not be on my own. So anyway, my husband went round to another travel counsellor's house. He works for BT, British Telecom, and he fitted a line at another travel counsellor's house. She gave him a card, and obviously the rest is history. So it took me a few months to think about it. It was a big decision, and I phoned head office and went up for an interview, and instantly fell in love with travel counsellors. Realised really quickly that it was a company that I wanted to be associated with. Yeah. I love the fact that they just seem to care about people. It sort of runs throughout the company, and that's really important because that's the way I feel about my customers. And you don't meet many companies that are like that. And quickly realised from speaking to other travel counsellors that I could be successful, although I knew it was going to be tough at the beginning, having had so long out of travel. Yeah. So I was prepared for a bit of hard work. I went for an interview and decided straight away. So when they offered me the opportunity, I jumped at it.
Definitely, and I think that's very much what travel counsellors are. It's very transparent. We are very open with what we can do. We want to make sure that it's the right move for you at the right time, and also that you're right with the company as well. With the Return to Travel programme, it's obviously very different to other programmes that we run. What was the main attraction for you about the Return to Travel programme that made you take that leap of faith?
Well, basically, I liked the fact that obviously we have support within the organisation. Yeah. So there's a support network there. I have a business development manager there, which provide me with one-to-ones. So whether I need help and assistance, she's always there to guide me. Yeah. And she's been there literally since my interview. So I feel like I've had that sort of bond with her from the start. Definitely. We've also obviously got a help desk, 24/7 help desk that we can call anytime, and they've been extremely helpful when I've had issues with bookings, when I've struggled, and no question seems too difficult for them. They'll always help anytime. So the Return to Travel for me was really useful because I had some travel knowledge,
Yeah.
but what I needed was I needed the backing of a good company and the processes and the systems, and that's what travel counsellors and return to travellers provided me.
Good.
And not forgetting the training. So we had a couple of weeks training, obviously doing induction,
Yeah.
and then there's ongoing training through the coach system, which has provided me with supplier training that I hadn't even heard of before, having a limited Thompson background really. So it's enabled me to kind of learn about new suppliers. Obviously we have the Travel Counsellors TCTV, which I try to watch every week,
Yeah.
and try to absorb as much information as I can, and we have regular webinars
Yeah.
on suppliers, and those are really useful as well, because you really get to grips with the product, and it's a way of obviously keeping your knowledge up to date.
It is, and it's first hand as well. You're getting information direct from the products and suppliers rather than being told about the information. You're going to see that first hand, so it's really valuable is that as well. And I suppose you mentioned on the induction process, just talk us a little bit through about the induction process and what was involved when you first joined into the induction with Travel Counsellors.
So we came up to Venus,
Yeah.
and we had 1 week's training. Had a lovely tour around Venus, met all the staff who were absolutely lovely to us, made us feel so welcome. Went around all the different departments, which aided us to find out how they could help us and assist us.
Yeah.
So we met IT, we met customer relations, we met marketing, and we built those contacts. So now when I speak to people on the phone, I can kind of put a face to a name, which is great, because you are sat at home some days and you are you need to be able to know who you're speaking to on the phone. It does make it more personal, and if you've met them in face to face. So we did a week of obviously meeting people and just basically getting to know the organisation, what they're about. And then we went to see a travel counsellor. So I went to visit a local travel counsellor, Gold Travel Counsellor near me, and she gave up half a morning of her time to sit with me and go through how she worked, and
Fantastic.
gave me a list of suppliers that she used, and showed me the tips and tricks of Phoenix and how that worked, and that really was totally so valuable for my journey, really. It's been so useful. I'll never forget how kind she was to me, and hopefully I can repay that kindness to somebody else at some point.
It is, and it's the sharing of knowledge and sharing of experiences, isn't it?
That's right. It does seem, when you first start, it seems big, it seems daunting, it's exciting, but it's a big thing to take on, but you can do it. It's just a case of putting some hard work in, keeping your mind open, keeping yourself positive, and keep learning.
Yeah. And you mentioned the coach earlier as part of the online training. Explain to us a little bit more about that in terms of how that's helped you bring yourself back up to speed and be able to fully work as a travel agent now.
Okay, so basically I've used Coach to sort of access webinars and training, and that's basically helped me with my knowledge. I had quite limited knowledge, really. I didn't realise how much I didn't know, and so it's helped me with flights, it's helped me with products, suppliers, so I feel more confident now in what I sell. And I feel more confident, and it's the knowledge of who to go to for what that it provides, but it also provides information on marketing, so training on marketing and social media, which is really important in this day and age as well. So although I use Facebook, I didn't have any knowledge on Instagram and Twitter, and it also provides training on that, and how and when to post, and what type of post you should post, and how you should actually talk. And that has really helped me as well. And again, I don't feel I've got it perfect, but I'm growing with that knowledge and with that training. So it's been great.
I think it's really special as well, because Coach allows you to heighten your skills as a travel counsellor, but also you are running a business now, so it's helping you work with that side of it as well. So it's not just one size fits all, or you need to do X, Y, Z. It's allowing you to really develop yourself within all those areas as well, which I think is really special. I don't think it's something that we take lightly. It's a really important tool that we all use as head office, and obviously travel counsellors as well.
That's right. And it's something that you can factor into your own week. So You know, you can just do chunks at a time and just take it on at your own pace.
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose in terms of the booking system, so we use Phoenix, and many people won't know Phoenix because it's been specially designed for travel counsellors. How did you find that coming into travel counsellors and learning the new system, and how easy is it to use and to put beautiful documents and itineraries together for your customers?
So I was kind of trained on Phoenix from the beginning. So
Yeah.
for me, it's just as easy. Well, it's easier than going to a supplier now for myself because, well, one, it makes more commission for
Yeah.
myself and travel counsellors. That's the first and foremost.
Yeah.
And two, it's then a travel counsellor's holiday. So it's my holiday rather than a Thomas Cook holiday, a first choice holiday.
Yeah.
It's something that makes me feel very proud to put it through Phoenix because it's my holiday that I'm selling to them. Yes, I find it easy to use. It's great the way that you can do flight searches. You can choose your flexible dates.
Yeah.
You've got the list of hotels, and what's really useful is they all come rated. So they're rated by travel counsellors and also the customers that have been there too.
Yeah.
So you can instantly select how you want to see the hotel. So you can search by price only. You can search by area. It has a maps facility, so you can literally hone in on that specific area. If somebody wants a hotel in Paris, you can hone in and find out one next to the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah.
You know, it is very specific, and I found it very, very useful in terms of finding specific accommodation and
Yeah.
specialised accommodation that you might not necessarily find with a mainstream tour operator.
Yeah, and it allows you to, like you say, to create those really healthy margins because you are essentially, it's a wholesaling system, so you're able to get the best rates and then create those healthy margins for you to build your business, but create really special packages for your customers as well, and be able to produce that document for them.
That's right. So yeah, so 46 since I've started, 46% of my business has been in Phoenix,
Fantastic.
and every time that I get a quote, I always check Phoenix to make sure. Obviously, we're within price, and if we are, that's my preferred choice every single time. It will always be.
Fantastic. And we are a global company, you know, and with the buying power is getting bigger and bigger, and that's something that we encourage all our travel counsellors is to use the TC package in Phoenix because that is where you're going to get your really healthy commission. So that's fantastic.
That's right. Absolutely.
Brilliant. And with moving on from there, in terms of, you've mentioned the business coach as well, how important are they for you with your business and how you can develop your customers and your business? What's the relationship you have with them from leaving induction to where you are today?
So basically, they schedule regular webinars, and that could be on Phoenix updates because obviously the system's always been improved. So that's really useful because obviously they go into great deal about the changes that have happened within the system, which is really important to keep on top with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll go into the system one day and you won't recognise something. You think, well, that looks different, and my quotes have changed, or I can't produce this document correctly. So you really do need to keep on top of all the changes.
Yeah.
So that information is crucial, really. And just the one-to-ones have been really useful because, you know, you may think you're doing okay, or you may think you're not doing okay, but the business development manager really kind of hones in onto you know, how your business is going, where you want to take it, you know, what you could improve on. For example, for myself, we should be writing blogs, and I haven't done any so far. She keeps saying to me, have you written your blogs yet? And I keep saying, well, I'm trying. I've got all, and she said, well, you've got all this travel knowledge in your head. You've been to so many gorgeous places.
Yeah.
You need to actually get that out of your head and give that to your customers, and it will inspire them to go to those places. And that's right. It is about sort of sharing that knowledge, really.
Yeah.
And so I guess that she's inspired me to do that. And, you know, when you've had a bad day, she'll sort of say, you know, don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Just carry on. It'll be worth it. And she's right. It has been worth it, and it is worth it totally.
It is.
So it's not just a pick me up. It's a you know, business kind of program where she sort of, you know, inspires you to sort of keep going and
Yeah. I think it's encouraging to encourage you to look at things that you might not necessarily think of yourself, and then to be able to think outside the box. And it's a meeting of minds. They've got so much experience, the business coaches. It is about bouncing ideas with you and working with what you're comfortable with, but at the same time just pushing it a little bit further to get you to build that business and to look at where you can really grow your customer base and develop yourself as well.
Right. She's also advised on marketing, so she's helped when I've set up events. So she's advised me, or you could use this or you could use that. And have you tried this wedding fair? Do you want to go and try this event? And, have you advertised in your local area? So she's always full of really good ideas that I thought, oh, I haven't tried that. So, yeah.
Exactly. Fantastic. And with that support system, obviously, you've got a whole head office team of different supports.
Yeah.
What's been the most valuable resource for you through your journey, would you say?
I think help desk.
Yeah. Okay.
Being returned to travel and fairly new, I think sometimes I'm on the phone or messaging help desk sort of, so it can be like a couple of times a day asking, and you feel daft asking the stupidest of question, but please don't, and they always are so nice, and they always say, we're there to help. Yeah. Don't worry, we've heard worse questions, and it makes you feel a little bit better. And at the end of the day, if you don't know it, you need to know the answer, and that's what they're there for.
Yeah. And I think,
so I found help desk really, really useful.
Yeah, and getting to know them on a one-to-one basis as well just builds that relationship. So you can ask them any question. You don't feel like it. And whether you've been in a company 24 years or 2 months, it's having that confidence to know that there is a support team there to help you. And it's no question's a stupid question, no idea is a stupid idea. It's just about being comfortable with who you're speaking to, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. And I think they make you feel comfortable.
Good.
They make you feel comfortable, and they always make you feel welcome, and that's much appreciated. I don't think you get that very often in an organisation. So I've got some travel counsellors, have got some really good people, really key people.
And I think that is recognised globally as well. I mean, we're in Australia or in the UK, and all of our other 7 offices. I think that resonates throughout the company and through the head office staff and travel counsellors, that you can ring anybody and have a conversation, and it's just that one-on-one relationship, isn't it? I think definitely. Fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So if you could sum up your journey so far, how would you summarise everything?
So I'd summarise everything as successful. I consider that I'm doing okay. It's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster in terms of, because I've been new, it's been a massive learning curve for me in terms of all the different suppliers and learning about how they work. So it is, as I said, it is a big thing, but you just need to keep your mind open, keep focused, keep positive, and realise why you're actually doing it. And the reason for me is because I love travel. I love travel counsellors as an organisation, and I wouldn't be a part of anything else.
Fantastic. And any advice for any future return to travel counsellors that are watching this? What would be your sort of piece of advice to them?
So use the support network that's in place. So use the coach, use the business development manager, use travel counsellors, head office, reach out, then they will help you if you get stuck.
That's fine. That's fantastic. Michelle, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And I think we've got a really good, honest and open account of your journey. We wish you all the success. And if you ever need the support from Australia, we're always here for you. And no doubt we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Good luck to everyone.
Thanks, Michelle. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, we're joined by Karen on our business development team now to give us a bit of a rundown of how the Return to Travel program will look here now that we're launching it in Australia. So we've obviously had a great success story here, how it's working in the UK for our travel counsellors there. We'll be a little bit different here in Australia, but following the same sort of outline. So we thought we'd get Karen on board and run through the program in a bit more detail. But first up, why don't you give us a bit of a rundown of the business development team, Karen, and how that fits in general to the company?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's a great opportunity for us to explore bringing the Return to Travel program to Australia. We see obviously a need for it. The fact that it's sort of tried and tested in some of the other countries means that we can take from what's available there in those other countries and then tailor it towards obviously what's required for our prospectives that are looking to join us. In terms of what we've got with with business development here in the Melbourne office. I'm joined by two other colleagues, Zach and Michaela, and we're also head up by a manager, director of sales, Tracy Parkinson. So what we will look to do both generally for our travel counsellors that have already joined us, whether it's a leisure or a corporate base, our main role is really to support you in driving your business and reaching your goals.
Yeah.
So really that's what it is. I mean, in a nutshell, there's a lot more to it. So.
And it's a little bit of everything, isn't it? I mean, in terms of database generation or business planning, you kind of a person that helps them work on the business rather than in it on a day-to-day basis, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, I mean, from pre-induction right through to day-to-day running of the business, we're there to guide you and help you. Obviously, you will know that looking at joining travel counsellors, there's quite a process involved in doing that. The expectation is that you've already done your due diligence and you've put together a business plan and where it is that you want to go. We then work with you on that. So, we're quite happy to help you change that as your business evolves. But you will need to look at bringing a business plan and how you will want to sort of target your area. I mean, as any business owner, you would have already thought about that before you wanted to go out and start your own business. So we're there really effectively to help you achieve what it is that you want to do.
Set out to achieve. Fantastic. So with regards to the Return to Travel program then, what can people expect from that program?
Well, it's quite an intensive program. We will obviously speak to you once you've made that decision with regards to introducing you to the types of people that you'll be talking to within the business. As with our other induction programs, you will complete some pre-module induction, and that's through our fantastic new program called Coach, which means that we will send you out a link and you'll be able to finish certain modules that are pre-required before you come into the induction. Your initial induction is 5 days here in Melbourne at the head office, and that runs from a Monday to a Friday full days. It is a lot, but there is a lot to get through, and that can vary from the hands-on training of Galileo in terms of how to issue tickets. It can be, familiarising yourself with our Phoenix product. So that's our in-house system, which will allow you to make the bookings through our system, which is an amazing platform for accommodation, car hire, cruising. And then, of course, we all get down to the sales and marketing, which is really important about the business. So that's the initial 5 days. The post-induction then so the course in total is 16 weeks.
Right.
So after you've left induction, we will then on a weekly basis be looking at different types of tutorials that we'll do, and that will be through different mediums. We'll obviously have business development calls with you weekly. That's normally via our Skype system, which if you don't like being on webcam, you'll have to start getting used to it, because we do a lot on webcam, don't we?
A lot of face-to-face chats.
But we feel that that's important. So we'll be doing weekly catch-ups. We'll also be doing weekly webinars. So those could be things like how to look for opportunities within your local area. They could be things on, how to get the best of driving inquiries through your Facebook business page that you would have already set up. Hints and tips and things like that. So that's really what we'll be looking at. And then at a 12-week stage, we'll bring you back here to Melbourne, to the head office, and we will then have you in the office for another 5 days. So it's quite an extensive course. As it's the first time we'll be doing this in Australia, and as we are as a business, we are very open. So we might slightly change it depending on what the requirements are. But there will be the standard basics that you will need to do in terms of. Of course, you need to have Galileo. You need to understand, how to sell insurance and all the really important things for, you know, a consultant that's been out in the industry before understands, but may just need all the refreshers in terms of what's changed in the industry and how things are done now. And obviously a big part of it is destinational knowledge. So travel trends have changed over the years, so we really need to get the travel counsellors up to speed on that, and then of course what type of suppliers they can use to best offer what it is that they need to sell to their clients.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. I was just sitting there thinking you've literally
probably have answered all
every single one of my questions that I had listed here for you. Why don't we run through, I suppose, a little bit more of a broader spectrum? So Karen's worked in just about every aspect of the business here. What about a general head office overview for someone who's looking at becoming a travel counsellor through the Return to Travel program? What other areas of support do you think they'll be able to rely on from the head office staff in other departments?
Yeah, of course. We're a great office here in Melbourne, and not to be, you know, and also not to forget that we're supported by a huge office, our global office in Manchester. So in total, you have over, you know, 250 to nearly 300 support team. So the things that you can avail of are things like IT. Our IT department is far superior to any other company that I know, and they speak a language that you understand, so that's very helpful. We've also got our duty office, which is a huge selling point for anyone looking to join, and especially when you're a return to travel. You know, we don't want anything to go wrong on holidays, but this is travel. Things happen every day. So what you need to feel confident in is that there is someone there to be able to assist you. You know, if the client has arrived at their holiday destination and there is a concern, and it might be the middle of the night here in Australia, they're able to contact somebody, somebody's able to assist them, and then you'll be able to get onto them once you're available, or vice versa, you need advice on, you know, dealing with an issue. So we've got the duty office. A big part of your business is processing payments and paying suppliers and making sure that, you know, all of the nitty-gritty stuff gets done. We do a lot of that for you, and that's I guess also again one of the main reasons why people look to join an organisation like ourselves as opposed to going out on their own, is that anyone that's actually worked in the travel industry, there is so much administration. So, you know, we have a great team that help you process those payments. And so that allows you more time to be able to actually go out and sell and put together those amazing itineraries, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, the part you actually love doing.
Exactly, exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then we've got the TC Care team, which is really a help desk environment which can help you with any problems that you're having issuing tickets or looking at a booking or sourcing products. So we've got a lot of support.
Yeah, so someone who's coming in from you know, a break of 14 years to right through to, I suppose, 2 years, either end of the spectrum, we've pretty much got the support team there that if you're confident that you feel like you're just needing the upskilling, I suppose, and the refreshing in terms of what's happening in the industry now, yeah, we've pretty much got it covered between the BD team and the TC Care team.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the main important thing is, you know, if you're considering looking at this, you have to be passionate about it. There is a lot of work involved. There's also a lot of self-study that we expect of you as well. But normally, and I'm sure you will, you know, back me up on this, is that people that come to it, they really do have a passion about it. So it's not hard work. It's just finding the time to make sure that you invest that time, because at the end of the day, you know, the business is out there, the customers are out there, but you will want to have that drive to go out and convert those sales. So we can help you get up to speed in terms of all the things and knowledge that you need, and we can help you look at how you can convert those sales, but you've got to want to do it.
Yeah. Exactly. Fantastic.
Great.
And if you'd like to have a bit more of a look at the Return to Travel program, please feel free to reach out either to myself or if you would even like to have a chat with Karen. I'm sure she would love to chat through your questions around the program there. But I think we have a short video of the coach program that Karen referred to a moment ago, our online learning system that we'll just jump to give you an idea of what that looks like. hope you've enjoyed today's video on our Return to Travel program. If you'd like to find out some more information, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. You can give us a call on 1300 889 123, or you can email us at connect@travelcounsellors.com.au. Look forward to chatting to you in a bit more detail about the program. Thanks.